as an artist, you spend all these times breaking down walls and expanding your borders, your horizons, and now you want me to just put this nice little tight box around it. I would say it's real humans play human music. Yes, that's my one sequence, is real humans performing music for humans, not robots, unless they take over. Once the robots take over, then hey man, like, let's hang out, we're cool.
Okay, so I think one distinctive feature about 68, besides the fact that you guys are really raw and make real music, real music, is the fact that you guys are a two-piece. How do you think being in a two-piece makes you different from the typical 5/4-piece?
There's less people on stage.
Besides that.
I don't know. I mean, the whole goal is to how much noise can two guys make. So in that sense, we have the same equipment as a 5-piece, and the way my guitar pedals work, there's technically a 5-piece worth of sound in theory coming out, but obviously we have to rely more on, well, in the States, he has like an organ that he can play while he's drumming. We didn't bring it overseas, but we basically have to sort of venture out of the box a notch more so than, if you have a 5-piece, like, well, okay, you're not technically doing anything during this bit, do this, well, I have to be playing guitar and or singing, he has to be playing drums, so what it turns into is like, well, what all can you do with this one hand whilst you're playing organ on this hand? Or for me, like, how can I, make have this guitar pedal doing this one thing while I'm maybe singing into another mic or something, so yeah, I mean, I think organically it's very the differences would be in trying to come up with a way to make some things work, versus a 5-piece, just like, oh yeah, well, we have plenty of people who do it.
So your experience with 68, has that been completely different from your other bands? Like,
yeah.
Reflects in, like, your sound?
I don't know if it reflects on my sound, but I mean, obviously, even just me playing guitar is a world different than used to. I can just run around wherever I wanted. That alone is different. And then, being a 2-piece and stuff, it's sometimes it's a lot easier. Because we don't have set lists or anything. We just kind of wing every show, and like sometimes it's easier only being 2 guys. But again, when it's only 2 guys, there's if something messes up with my stuff, the whole band just cut off, you know what I mean? It's only drums, so, there's elements, there's pros and cons, like everything out of that.
Is this the first time you've been in the UK at 68?
Yeah.
How does that compare to your experience in the US?
Well, it's hard to say. In the US, we've only supported bigger bands, so obviously there's a difference between that and here we headline, so that's obviously different. But ultimately we go about every show about the same, whether we're headlining or not. So in that sense, I think it's very similar. But when we're playing before another band, it's always quite nice because you have like 20 minutes and you gotta get off or whatever, and it's nice to just be able to kind of like pack a lunch and then get off, So.
Your album in WhatsApp, you said that the way that you recorded it was very fast-paced. Do you prefer recording music that's really fast-paced, or do you prefer more lengthy process?
Yeah, I like pressure. I like deadlines. I think if you start overthinking rock and roll too much, it starts sort of sucking the life out of it. I've found, at least with me, your gut instincts always almost always the one to go with, and especially with this being our first record, I did it on purpose to be very fast. I didn't want time to think, you know, is this too much like a Chariot? Is it not enough like a Chariot? Is it too, you know, what, you know, basically I wanted to just go, well, I wanted to be different, but I also wanted to just not have time to overthink it, you know. I wanted to write music based on impulse and spontaneity, and so that's what we did.
So were you concerned about fans of the Chariot not receiving the 68 well? Was that something you didn't care about?
Yeah, I wasn't concerned. I mean, I'm very grateful for everyone that's ever liked anything I've ever done. I'm very grateful, very humbled by it, but I try not to write music based on what I think people might like or might not like. Well, yeah, because I don't know what people are going to like. I don't know what labels are going to like. I don't know what, you know, like, you could spend, I mean, it gets very stressful, very complex when you're trying to write things based on, like, I think people expect this of me. I'd rather just have fun with it, and we're not making a lot of money out there, so if you're not having fun, then what's the point, you know? But if you enjoy it, you enjoy the recording process, you enjoy the art, you enjoy playing it live every night, then it becomes the best job in the world, because you know, you're able to do what you love every day, and that means more to me than attempting to write something that I think you might expect of me based on the idea that I did this for 10 years. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know what people are gonna like. So, yeah, we just wrote from our own hearts and hoped people kind of got on board with it.
So you guys have actually produced the band. Do you prefer producing the band, or do you prefer like making the music?
I enjoy producing. Yeah, I enjoy producing, but I hate. As a producer, you feel like you have the right idea, but if the artist doesn't feel the same, then you're done. Yeah. Whereas if I'm writing my own music, it goes exactly where I want it to go. So so I would definitely make my own music over producing any day for me.
Yeah, I like making music. There will never be a point in time where I'm not playing music, like either recording or playing live.
Okay, so the band name originated from the fact that you really like the year 1968, but if you could time travel to any other decade besides the 60s, what decade would you travel to?
Zero. I'd go right to the New Year's Eve of zero, because what a party that must have been. They were like, it's zero, and they probably just cheered and had a good time.
That's it.
Yeah, and then I guess.
Did you travel to zero as well? Did you go together?
I traveled to zero. Yeah, together.
We'll
show them our band.
Just so we could have those glasses, that the New Year's Eve glasses, but it's 0, 0, 0, 0. That's the year. That's the decade I would travel to.
So, what does the rest of 2014 have in store for 68? What can we expect from you guys next year?
We have a lot of tours up in the air. Tomorrow we play London, which is our last date on this tour, and then we fly out to Russia. We do a couple days with Touche Amore, which I'm really looking forward to. And then, yeah, just a lot of touring. We hope to come back to the UK before the end of the year. There's nothing confirmed yet. But,
have you enjoyed touring the UK?
Yeah, great. Yeah, great deal. The UK has always been very kind to me and bands I've been in.
Nice
so yeah, it's nice. And so to be able to come here so early in the 68 game is quite nice, and very humbling to have had it went so well. So.
Okay. Thank you very much.